What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Love the Game. We're here. We're pumped. We're ready. Ani's ready. He's at Wembley. We're looking at semi-final 2. The Barmy army has made it. They caused havoc all across Europe, and now we're back in Wembley for semi-final 2. No one thought that Southgate would make a statement, but he did against Ukraine. They won 4-0. But they're coming up against what people want to call, what even I've said, is a spirited team who are doing this for their fallen counterpart, Christian Eriksen. But Eriksen's walking around, he's healthy. So has the fairy tale coming to an end for Denmark, or am I just playing them down?
Paul, one thing we need to remember is that Denmark is not just about the passion, the heart, let's do it for Eriksen. It's a lot more than that. They've shown us in the round of 16 and in the quarterfinals that they are a team that deserve to be in the semifinals. They've played really good football. Their tactics have been good. And speaking of their tactics, throughout their qualification campaign, as well as when they lined up for the first game against Finland, their preferred formation was a 4-3-1-2 with Eriksen sitting behind the front two.
Yeah.
But in his absence, the team has changed their formation to a 3-4-3. They've never used that formation before, but in the middle of a tournament, they've managed to seamlessly switch tactics and make it work really effectively. And this is the testament to the success of Denmark, to their tactical flexibility. And you look at the way the 3-4-3 is structured. You have Simon Kjær and Andreas Christensen among the famous names at the back, and then you have Delaney and Højbjerg controlling the midfield, and then you have that wonderful front three of Damsgaard, Dahlberg, and Brathwaite. But the standout performer for Denmark has been Joachim Mæhle, the left back from Atalanta. On a side note, Atalanta has given us so many stars, so many unexpected stars during the course of this tournament. I'd let the transfer window begin after this tournament, all the transfer rumors, and I'm sure a lot of Atalanta players are going to be linked with big clubs. But coming back to this game, no one even expected England to have come this far. There's always the media circus that accompanies England in most of the tournaments in the recent past. The hype has far exceeded performance. If you read before a tournament about some English journalist saying that England have what it takes to reach all the way to the final, to the semi-final, or maybe even win the entire thing. We quietly look at each other and snigger and say, haha, it's England. It's all just hype. But this time, it's been a quiet revolution of sorts. Initially, Gareth Southgate's tactics was slated left, right, and center. He's too defensive. He has absolutely no idea about tactics. He doesn't know how to use his attacking talent. In fact, we on this channel had spoken about the same thing. We said there are so many people, attacking players on the bench. There's one of us who said that bench is good enough to defeat the starting 11, and we've all been proven wrong. That 4-0 against a team which was not expected to have come that far. People are now saying it was just Ukraine. But how many times in the past have we seen an England team struggling to beat or even losing against less fancy teams? They lost to Iceland. They've lost to a bunch of smaller teams. They've been insipid against the middle-ranked teams. So it's not as if it's just a game. To turn up in that manner, to not give Ukraine even a sniff and win 4-0 in a quarterfinal is a statement. Was that statement necessary? Maybe not in an absolute sense, but has that statement victory made a difference to the mood? Of course it has. We spoke in our preview of the quarterfinal. Paul, you were the one who said, hey, what about Jadon Sancho? What about a few other players? They've not been given chances. Yeah. But hey, Southgate gave them the chances. He started Jadon Sancho.
I've got Southgate on speed dial.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Paul, you're the man.
No, but that's the thing, right?
I
Like,
mean, Sujay is not particularly pleased with England's success so far. He's
nah,
sitting
he
there with
hasn't
his
been.
AC Milan jersey. A small fun fact about Sujay: he started following AC Milan because he did not want to follow an English team, and that shows you how happy or otherwise he is that England have reached to the semi-finals so comfortably.
I think he's so hyped that even the power came back in his house. He didn't have power now. It's okay that the light shining on him. That's like England's brightness is back. It's
Oh,
showing
no, 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 no.
brightly into his face. But I think the one thing. Okay, before we go into that, before I go into what my point is, Sujay, you're shining
Yeah, I
bright
think,
like a diamond.
okay. See, okay, I would like to talk something that is not a popular opinion right now. I know, with how the mood is, especially around the England camp and especially with the English players and especially the fans. So this is this thing. Denmark, like most of them have pointed out, they have changed themselves. They have metamorphosized to something else in this tournament since the Ericsson incident. And yeah, right now everyone are feeling and giving England a lot of hype that they will easily coast to the finals. But no, I don't think so. It is that easy. It's just Denmark. They can easily. I think they can play. Hi, Paul.
No, no, continue.
So Denmark, I think they can spring up a surprise here and there. The thing is, if at all I am Danish coach right now, I want to speak like a Danish coach. What I'll be thinking is, yeah, this England has won 4-0. Okay. And in the second game, in the quarterfinals game, Denmark, we could see in the second half how they contain. Okay. They can definitely hold on. They know facing England, it is one of the toughest challenges that they have in this Euros till now. So what do I expect? What am I expected to do? I will try one of the tricks from the lower English team. Like mid-table or the lower EPL teams. I will just sit, defend. Denmark definitely have the physical prowess over England. I will just be hoping to nick a goal here and there because, yeah, we know how Dahlberg and Braithwaite can be with the pace and with the sharpness throughout this tournament. So I will just be hoping for that. I will play a very, very boring game. I will have a bus or something in front of my defense, in front of my goal post, and let England attack me. I think that is what I, as a Danish manager, will be thinking to do. And let's see
Well,
how
Sujay,
Gareth Southgate does.
I've got
And
some
he
good
has,
news, boys.
in this entire tournament, England have never come back from goal down or something like that. They've always been on the front foot or
I'm
else on the
sorry for
middle.
being cutting in and out. I've got a surprise for you guys. You guys continue. This is going to be a surprise.
Okay, so the thing is, it is just simple. I think I just don't want to say it's going to be very easy for England. I seriously think there is going to be a surprise in this game. And if England if England concede first, definitely we are on course for an upset. And you can take my word on that.
and
But
Sujay, interesting that you mentioned the fact that Denmark will look to play narrow, play deep, play the low block, park the bus, as it is said. In the game against Wales, as well as in the game against the Czech Republic, when Patrick Schick scored for the Czech Republic, and when Denmark were looking to close the game out, they switched from 3-4-3 to a 4-4-2 diamond by introducing Yusuf Poulsen, who sat, he's a physical presence for the opposition defenders. And Andres Christensen moved to the base of the diamond as a holding midfielder. Behind him were two other centre backs, the full backs, came into defensive positions. And this again was executed brilliantly. And yes, you're right. But whether they can do that right from the starting whistle, I'm not sure. They are also a team which likes to play on the front foot. They are looking for goals. Their fullbacks are going to go forward. So, it's a good containment tactic if they're ahead. But I doubt that they'll use that as a starting tactic against England.
Well, false alarm. I got a call from a delivery guy claiming that he had my England jersey, and I thought I was going to be apt. I'm going to come and say it's coming home. I got my England jersey.
Yeah, it's coming home.
Yeah,
This is
so
what is
that's why I
going
was
to
in and
happen.
out of the video. But I heard everything you guys said, and here's my thing for you. I think the English team has been different from past years, is because Southgate's been there when the failures happened. Southgate has played when everything was against him because he missed in Euro 92. It's happened. And even these two teams met in Euro 92. And England had won in the group stages. But then, if people know about what happened in Euro 92, it was the Danes who went and won their first ever tournament. So there's no discounting. Yes, they've changed tactics. They are attacking. They're interesting. There's something about them. But then, if you look at the English team, like both of you have mentioned, they do have a spark. And I think with the 4-0 that they score that happened in the last match, it's giving them a boost of confidence. I know it's pandemonium right now all across the UK. Everyone's like, it's coming home. Everyone's singing. Everyone's even singing the entire song from start to finish. So it's going to be interesting what's happening, because it might not be a big high scoring affair. It might be quite cagey, because I think it's going to be a battle that's going to be interesting, because neither wants to lose, and Denmark has nothing to lose. Denmark's going into this without having anything to lose. England on the other side, like Ani having Wembley as his background, he's mentioned in our previous video about the Italy-Spain thing. Just the link is up here. There's going to be 60,000 fans in the stadium. And can you imagine the entire country is going to be tuning in? The pressure of that compared to a team that's going with, they don't care. They have nothing to lose. Denmark's done. Like you guys said, they've done what people didn't expect them to do. They're here in the semi-final. Top 4 teams in Europe.
If you had asked anyone before the tournament who the semi-finalists are going to be, it's going to be a combination of France, Germany, Portugal, Belgium. Nobody spoke about these 4 teams, Italy, Spain, England, and Denmark. So in a sense, each of these 4 teams have reached here in a rather unexpected manner. Denmark more so because they're probably the lowest ranked among these teams, probably the least famous among these teams. You just mentioned that they won the European Championships in 1992. Not a lot of people know that. Everybody knows about the fact that England won the World Cup way before 92 in 1966. And since then, they've achieved not too much. There've been a couple of close shaves, there've been a couple of heartbreaks, but Denmark have had more recent success. In fact, Denmark have won this competition and England haven't. But all that is past history.
You'll be particularly aware of the phrase "it's coming home." Now, what would it mean to you guys to stop it coming home tomorrow night?
Has it ever been home? I don't know. Have you ever won it?
1966 it was home.
Well, was that not the World Cup?
Yeah, exactly. But I'm saying, but the whole thing about a national tournament finally coming home, finally the actual success this country craves.
Right now, there are 4 teams. In both semi-finals, there is one team which is a marginal favorite. England is a marginal favorite, in spite of what all the media might say. Denmark are not that far behind. It is going to be a close-fought battle, but we've spoken about that in the past on this channel, that Harry Kane is a striker who builds momentum as time progresses.
You predicted
he
it,
scored
Ani.
1
You
goal,
predicted
then he
it.
scored 2 goals, and maybe it's time for 3. It's a hat trick.
Yeah. Like, listen, we make predictions. We are amateurs, but you mentioned the point in our last video that once he starts scoring, the floodgates open, and by God, did it open. Those 2 goals. Yeah, I made a mistake. I had him in the fantasy team for this day, for the Euros. I forgot to put him as captain. So I'm not going to make that mistake again. I had a decent guy. I had Insignia. Insignia scored, so that's by the by. But yeah, predictions before we finish. Denmark or England? We have 75% on our poll. We had a poll out today. Who's going to win? We had 75% saying England is coming home. They're going to the finals. Wembley's going to be jumping. People are going to be breaking tables. The Barmy army is going to go crazy. My Italian brotherhood. What are you saying?
It's going to be not that easy, I think. So, especially if Denmark score first, I am still slightly pushed towards guessing for an extra time England win. Not as easy as everyone is making it out to be. It's definitely not going to be a Harry Kane hat trick. I don't think he will score this game. It's going to be someone from midfield, I think, so will be scoring in this game.
That's okay, man. As long as England score and win, that's fine. Like, what's your prediction?
1-1 extra time. I don't know. I can't pick the
1-1 extra time. Fine. So Jay is a fence sitter. Ani?
I would again sit on a sort of fence. I will say let's watch the first 20 minutes of the game. If England manage to impose themselves and score, then England's winning 3-0 or 4-0. If England don't score, they look a little lost. Then I'm saying Denmark is edging it 1-0.
Okay. From two fence sitters, which has never happened on this channel, I'm going to say England are taking this. They're winning it. Maybe not a statement, but they will come through. I think they have far superior quality all across the field. Grealish, Super Grealish is going to come on. He's going to do some magic. He's not going to start. In Southgate, we trust. Give him a knighthood after this thing is done. HARRYKANE be transferred out. Guys, from two fence sitters, that's all from Love of the Game. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Leave a like, leave a comment, follow us on Twitter. We'll see you next time.